the truth be told. Want the truth, you came to the right show, yeah. Talk to me, tell me what's going on. Alan and AMJ, we talk about back in the day to up to date. And you know it's nothing but love and no hate. LP Reese gave us the okay. Okay, let's go. Welcome to the Lineage Show. Okay, let's go. The Lineage.
Form the front line of that march. To my left, march Jose Williams holding his dog. I march next to him. Mrs. King march next to me. Dr. King march next to her. On the way to the Capitol, you hear Dr. King make that speech that day. I sat on that platform, looked out over that sea of humanity, and I had a feeling of great triumph and victory. After having gone through all of the indignities, all the sacrifices, not all seemed
Welcome to the Lineage Podcast. Y'all know what time it is. It's Wednesday. This is our first Wednesday broadcasting. We appreciate everybody being here on this Wednesday. So glad to be here. You already know what time it is. We are the grandsons of Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese. This is the Lineage Podcast. We've been doing this for a minute, and it's one of our favorite things to do, to have our consistent listeners and viewers on here with us. It's a great pleasure and honor to be here. Y'all already know what time it is. We are, like I said, the grandsons of Reverend Dr. Frederick D. Reese. If you do not know who he is, he's the chief orchestrator of the voting rights movement. The man who signed the official invitation to invite Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, SNCC, and SCLC, and everybody to Selma, Alabama, to assist in the voting rights movement. I need to get me a shirt that say DCVL on it. I know
County Voters League.
Yeah, I was going to say some people ain't gonna know what that means, but we'll enlighten them. But yeah, we welcome y'all to the Lineage Podcast. I'll say this. Let's start out. It was a great weekend. Man. It was a great weekend. We had a successful event at the library tour, the Artifacts Library Tour. If you don't know what that was, we was at the McDonough Public Library. I got some pictures and stuff I'll show y'all, but it was a great event. And we had a special guest who made his debut appearance, Mr. Voting Rights. I'm pretty sure if you follow us on any of our social media platforms, you've seen a picture of Mr. Voting Rights. We have been talking about him making an appearance for quite some time. And it was an honor. Yeah. And it was an honor, man, to see him make his appearance. The kids loved him. That is a great asset to our business. If you ask who he is a mascot of everything. So he's a mascot of Reese Enterprise, a mascot of Frederick D. Reese Foundation. He just gonna be there. He is his own entity. The kids loved him. He was at the library. We were passing out candy for the Artifacts tour. I'm gonna show y'all a slide of that coming up. But if you do not have Selma Self-Sacrifice, please get this book. It is on Amazon.com right now. Please go get it. If you have not booked the FD Reese Historical Tour on Viator or TripAdvisor, please do that. Book the tour. It is a great tour. It is an unorthodox tour. It is. You will be hosted by my brother and I. Please book that tour. It's in Selma, Alabama, and we'll be happy to see y'all there. If you do not have any FD Reese apparel, go on historyapparel.com and get that, and we will greatly appreciate it. We have a lot of things. We're expanding all our businesses, and we really appreciate everybody that's been supporting us from day one, and the ones who are jumping on and supporting us now. We appreciate all the love. The library tour has not ended, and I know our president Anastasia is gonna get on me because I forgot where we are next for November. For this month, I want to say we are in Stockbridge, but I could be wrong.
I think it's Ellenwood. Oh, that's December.
I think Ellenwood is December. I think we are in Stockbridge. Anastasia, if she jumps on, then I'll make sure I ask her. But I think we are in Stockbridge coming up on November the 18th, that Saturday. If I'm not mistaken, we will be in Stockbridge. But we'll keep y'all posted on everything and all of that coming up. But before we get into the show, y'all already know what time it is. Yes, see, there you go. Anastasia, she on. Miss President, Stockbridge. We will be Stockbridge. Is it the same time? I think, is it 10:30 to 1:30? We'll be in Stockbridge on November the 18th. If that's the Saturday, yeah, November the 18th. We will be there at the next stop for the Artifacts Library Tour. So please be there. We'll keep y'all posted. Y'all know we'll keep promoting it until that date comes. So you got about 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks, to get your affairs in order for the continuation of the Artifacts Library Tour. You got about 2 weeks. Before we get into the show, y'all already know what time it is. First Nurse is not here. Yes, sir. Same time. Yes, same time. Stockbridge, 10:30 to 1:30 each event. Okay, same time. So yes, 10:30 to 1:30 we'll be in Stockbridge for the Artifacts Library Tour. And Mr. Voting Rights will be there again. So bring your kids out. Adults come. Listen, our event is for everyone. Just keep it 1,000. We have certain entities that will cater to everyone. Adults, you're gonna learn some knowledge you never learned before, and so are the kids. And then the kids will be able to meet the mascot and Mr. Voting Rights, come shake the hand. So come on out there. But before we get into the show, y'all already know First Nurse Kimberly Reese is in the field today. She's doing First Nurse things, which I already know. She always sends me her material because she take care of home and the field. She got it like that. She can take care of the field and home at the same time. So we're gonna play for Miss Kimberly Reese video, her segment, her health segment for the day, and then we'll be right back. So y'all don't go nowhere.
Hello, everyone. Happy Wellness Wednesday. This is your First Nurse Kimberly coming to give you a weekly dose of health information. November is National Diabetes Month. This is a time when communities across the country seek to bring awareness to diabetes. According to research, Diabetes Awareness Month takes place in November in honor of Dr. Frederick Banting. His birthday was November 14th, and he discovered insulin in 1921. So this is why November is known as National Diabetes Month, and National Diabetes Day is November 14th. Diabetes is a disease that occurs as a result of too much sugar in the blood. There are different types of diabetes. Type 1 is a chronic condition in which the pancreas produces little or no insulin. Type 1 diabetes typically appears in adolescents or younger. It also is known as juvenile diabetes. Closely monitoring blood sugar and insulin therapy is required. Type 2 diabetes occurs when the body doesn't produce enough insulin or it resists insulin. Type 2 diabetes is often associated with obesity and tends to be diagnosed in older people. Prediabetes is a condition when the sugar is high, but it is not high enough to be diagnosed as type 2 diabetes. A fasting glucose of 100 to 125 is prediabetes. Gestational diabetes occurs in pregnant women. Women who develop gestational diabetes are at higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life. According to the Cleveland Clinic, the severity of symptoms can vary based on the type of diabetes that you have. These symptoms are usually more intense in type 1 diabetes than type 2 diabetes. These symptoms are dry mouth, increased thirst, slow healing cuts, sores, fatigue, blurred visions, and frequent urination. Also, unexplained weight loss is a symptom. If you have these symptoms, go and see your local primary healthcare provider.
Y'all already know what time it is. First Nurse Kimberly Reese. I must say, now First Nurse Kimberly Reese, I enjoy her being here in person. First Nurse Kimberly Reese be putting them videos together. I got to get at you.
I must say she
put them videos together.
She's really taking that in stride. You know?
Yeah. She put them videos together. She's
dedicated, man.
Yeah, she put a voice on and she articulates herself well. So yeah,
she gets mad at me because a lot of times when she's doing the videos, time me go to bed. While she's doing the video, she wanted to be quiet, so I had to snore a little bit, and she'd be waking me up. Alan, be quiet. She want to make sure it's right, so I can appreciate the perfection. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. shout out to First Nurse Kimberly Reese, man. Always coming through in the clutch. And listen, take that video serious. We know how diabetes affects our community, man. We really have to take that serious. We really have to watch what we eat. We really have to, it's a long list of things that we can do to kind of regulate that. And we know that affects, high blood pressure, diabetes, and all that. That affects us very strongly in our community. So shout out to First Nurse Kimberly Reese for always giving us the right information that we need to, live a long life and be healthy. We got a few topics today, but let's start with one topic we was going to talk about last week, but we know with the Eat the Cheesecake show, we know that went over. We can go all day with that. Yeah. So, but let's talk about this. This is why this show is called Real Life. Let's start. Michael Irvin. If y'all don't know Michael Irvin was one of the stars of the Dallas Cowboys.
Great.
One of the greats, man. If I dare say myself, he's probably, until someone take his place, he probably is the greatest Dallas Cowboy wide receiver so far. If I had to choose, I would say he's the greatest Dallas Cowboy.
Because I don't think T.O. was there long enough to.
Because T.O. was in San Francisco too, and all that, and Eagles and all of that. So, but Michael Irvin put his stamp on that number 88. When you see, even though C.D. Lamb wearing that number 88, when you see 88, you think of Michael Irvin.
That's right.
It's kind of like Emmitt Smith. To this day, he's the best Dallas Cowboy running back. Zeke is a close second, but I think as wide receivers, Michael Irvin, he got that stamp. Ain't nobody that's really close to him. So Michael Irvin was a great Dallas Cowboy wide receiver. He's on Undisputed now with Skip Bayless, but he was a great Dallas Cowboy wide receiver, and he has a son that's a rapper. And if y'all don't know, Michael Irvin called his son out on national TV. I'll just show this picture and we can kind of talk about it. Former Cowboys wide receiver Michael Irvin calls out his son's rap career. So you grew up in a gated community your whole life. If you did not see this episode, he was basically saying he don't understand why certain children would that have had certain privileges want to perpetuate or have this perception that they have lived a hard life when the people that really lived a hard life feel different about it. So it kind of I know Alan, he said we should talk about this last week. So it kind of brought to my attention why do I guess we can talk about it in a few different ways, but we'll start with why do you think that is? Why do you think people that have lived a certain life want to portray another life?
I think it's the once again the social media effect, man. I would say, I believe that gangster rap is one of the most horrific and one of the worst things that happened to black people.
Right.
I stand by that.
Mm-hmm.
Because of how they weaponized it against our own community. It wasn't that the rappers was rapping about things that they weren't going through. It was about that the people, the powers that be, used it as a weapon to weaponize our community. I think now, in today's time, an athlete and a rapper, at the end of the day, they like what comes with it. The women, the status.
Mm-hmm.
Those different things come with it, and so they want to identify with that. So if they're not an athlete, they want to be a rapper because of what people, the status that it gives them in the streets. You get what I'm saying? Right. And it's a shame, bro. It's a shame. He's Michael Irvin's son.
Right.
Grew up in a gated community. Why do you want to be a gangster rapper, MJ?
Right.
And then you get in situations where you getting shot at and all this stuff, and you didn't grow up like this.
Right.
It seems like the people from the suburbs want to live a hard life, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a shame, MJ. It's a shame.
Yeah, and I think you're right because I think it's glorified.
It is.
It goes back to when you said gangster rap. You know, we can stem it. I'm not saying that's the only thing that was the genesis of it, but we can honestly say that has been one of the greatest tools that they have used to perpetuate a certain type of life and glorify it.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is, and when your mind isn't developed in the right way, isn't going in the right way, you ain't trained it, you ain't inputting any positivity in it like you're supposed to, it can be led astray. And I think for majority of the generations, that's what it is. That's one. And two, you're right. The social media now has been one of the greatest tools to almost get to the point where a generation takes that more serious, the social media life and their real life. So they want a certain perception on the internet, but in real life, that's not the way it is. And I think that's a lot of the problem, especially in our community.
And let's be honest, MJ. Let's look at gangster rap. Let's look at rap today.
Mm-hmm.
The number one rapper today ain't gangster. That's Drake.
That's true.
He don't say he from the hood.
That's true.
He don't promote that life. He don't. I'm saying the number one rapper today, artist, period, until Beyonce drops, it's Drake.
Right.
But think about this. This is how we get bamboozled. You take T.I., none against these cats. T.I., Jeezy, they go get to sit down with the president.
Right.
They sit down with the governors, the senators. They want to take pictures with them.
Right.
But they were used talking about how they slang, how you should move your weight, how you flip from nickel to dime to quarter.
Right.
They in their raps, they put out there what the kids in the streets were doing. Don't get me wrong, T.I. and them in their day was in the streets.
Right.
But they're millionaires now. And they continue to rap about what they did in the streets 18 years ago. And these young kids still glorify, they still want to do what they did with T.I. and Jeezy. Think about it. The cats who everybody talk about who was about the streets, they old. T.I. what, 50, almost 50?
Yeah, he in the 40, yeah.
In mid-40s. Jay-Z what? He was drug dealer, he what, in his 50s?
Yeah.
Jeezy in his late 40s. Think about it. And these kids look up and glorify these cats, MJ. And they don't realize that to every one Jeezy, it was 500 of Jeezys that's locked up in jail, dead, or on the streets and can't do nothing for themselves.
Right.
You get what I'm saying, bro?
Right.
You know, and it's a shame. And what I don't hear these rappers do, don't get me wrong, I gotta commend T.I. He's doing he's building affordable homes and this and that. But what I don't hear on a consistent basis is them saying, look, I was rapping about what I was doing in the streets. This is something that you should not do.
Well, it's gonna be tough for them to go against it because they still have contemporaries coming up. For instance, like Tip, he like Young Thug. Like you start talking about that because some of the rappers still want to be relevant. They still want to pull from that bag when they can. So what happens is they're not going to speak out against a certain lifestyle because just in case they got to drop an album, a feature on Lil Durk, a Lil Baby, or something like that, they can still go in that bag. But if they come out publicly and denounce what they were doing, then it's gonna strip them from being able to put their hand in that bag.
But what do you care? Do you really care about your community then? Do you really care about these young cats if you're not willing to do that? When you find a better way, you do better.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
That's facts.
And what I'm saying, do they look at the news? And let's be honest, MJ, next week, I want us to do our homework in the next couple of weeks, next week or whatnot. It's been a lot of second tier, third tier, and fourth tier rappers up and coming in the last 7 years that has died. You got King Von.
Yeah, a lot of them. King Von, even his Scoop, a Scoop
We
B.
can
And you
name an MJ. We can go down the
you can go
list
down the list
of
from
these
Nipsey
young
Hussle.
rappers
Yeah.
that was on their way up
Mm-hmm.
with the lifestyle that they were putting out there. And they was about that life in the streets. And look what happened to them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
At one point, though, that 4-tier rapper was T.I. T.I. Tip. Don't nobody know T.I. Tip.
Mm-hmm.
He was on his way up the ranks, but he made it. But to
Mm-hmm.
every one of T.I., like I said with Jeezy, it's 500 of them
Right.
cats who tried to come up, who die by the life that they rap about or what they're living. When are we gonna change it? Now they weaponize with the women now. With what's her name? The one that said
Sexy Red and
it is a shame. Then you got rappers wearing fingernail polish and skirts. They gangsters now.
yeah.
Fingernail polish. When are we? I'm saying, MJ, with Michael, it's still about Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
We're gonna stop allowing these people to use our community and weaponize it against us, bro.
Yeah, and let me read Miss Janae's comment. She said, which is I agree with when I first seen it. Music influences a plethora of nonsense. It really does.
That's right.
I agree, a plethora of it.
Plethora.
Because I sometimes I sit back and I watch, and I look on that second level. Sometimes I see commercials. I even look when the football games are on and what music they play. Now, since Jay-Z got in the NFL, it's not a coincidence that the first year he got in there, Snoop and Dr. Dre performed. The second year, Rihanna performed. Now Usher performed because he's the one in charge of that.
That's right.
Super Bowl performance.
And they still won't let him buy a team. But okay, let's
right. He's in charge of Super Bowl performance. But what I will say is, and I want everybody to think about it and try to be observant. Look at every commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Look at every sports games and everything. Listen to the music that they play during commercials.
Mm-hmm.
It is 9 times out of 10. It is black music. So what is that saying?
Mm-hmm.
They need us to entertain them.
That's it.
But when it's time to make the rubber meet the road, and let's say they'll use the gangster rap to promote, because they know that the rap genre is always young.
Mm-hmm.
See, ain't no other genre like that that's gonna be young like that. That's gonna be as popular. So they always use the rap music to keep the NFL, the NBA young.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, when it's time to do something to make a substantial change, you'll use the rap music. But then when the communities are suffering and poverty is in these same neighborhoods that these rappers that you love so much grew up in, and their communities are shambles.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL not and the NBA.
They're gonna get another Jay-Z.
Exactly.
Because that's what Jay-Z did. He shut everybody up from the situation cabinet. Jay-Z said that with Roger Goodell and said that where do we go from here? We kneel. Where did we go? They brought Jay-Z in and made him in charge of the halftime show.
Yep.
That was the answer for the kneeling.
That was the answer.
For the NFL.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah.
What else? And then MJ, this I'm like, you go to any one of these parks, Gresham, it don't matter. I listen to the music they play for these little kids when they coming out. It's a shame. It starts there. It's a shame. They playing the same type of music, the gangster rap music, saying they hyping the kids up, not realizing that these kids listen to these songs daily, over and over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. And they know these sports influence these kids, and they know that, man, music carries it is therapy. You know, we use music is powerful, MJ.
That's fact.
Music, I was a minister of music for over 10 years. I know what music can do. We use music to set the foundation. We know spiritually what music can do.
Mm-hmm.
So just as music can set the foundation in praise and worship in the church, you think music can influence your child to do certain things that you're not raising them to do?
Correct. 100%.
And that's what we do. That's the environment around our sports, MJ.
That's right.
In football, especially football and basketball, before they get hyped, they got some crazy music playing that's influencing these kids that they should not be listening to, bro. And they wonder why most of the time the athletes they become the ones that become the drug dealers and all that in the community. Because guess what? Once they realize they're not making the college to the pros, what they do? They resort. Look, let's go look at let's start with what's the rap with Takeoff? That was the Migos. Well,
yeah, Migos.
What you call it was a football star in school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of them are athletes. Most rappers and most of the people that you see, they were some type of athlete, bro. So what I'm saying is we got to stop this, man. We as fathers got to be more vocal with our kids. We got to stop having our kids in these environments, man. We got to go to these coaches and say, look, let's play some different music, man, when these kids come.
Yeah, or
you know,
I would suggest, hey, I ain't gonna lie, and I might start doing it. Take these kids to a studio, let them make their own instrumental, and let them come out on the instrumental.
Yeah. So
let them have a say so in their own. Let them record it, even if it ain't got to be none gangster. Let them get on the mic and just.
When we're playing football, we use our pads,
right?
Our pads and make a sound,
right?
You know what I'm saying? That's what we were doing. They didn't play music.
Right.
We had to come up with our own stuff with our pads and our hands. Right. Now they don't do that anymore.
Exactly.
What I'm saying is we got to change that, but we got to stop allowing the powers that be to weaponize this music for our own community. They keep doing it over and over and over again. And stop letting your kids stop riding in the car, letting your kids listen to that gangster rap.
Right.
That stuff is seeking in their mind. If you say your kids is a sponge, well, they can't turn it on and turn it off. They're a sponge. And whatever you give them, they're gonna take it in. Turn that music off and talk to them. Ask them how their day was. Ask them what's going on in their life. What do they think about before they go to bed? You know, when they go to school, what do they think about? Are they being bullied? Even on that bullying stuff, we didn't have all that coming in school. You know, I found you gonna fight. You better not come home to somebody being bullied.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what's going on in your life? When you ask your child, when you alone, what goes through your mind? Let them talk, communicate with your child.
Yeah.
Just let them listen to this crazy stuff, MJ.
Yeah.
No?
100% fact. We're gonna go to the next subject. Matter of fact, we're gonna take a little commercial break, then we'll be back with our next subject. It's gonna still be about real life, and then it's gonna be real life and social media. What do we care about more nowadays? So we'll be right back. In this life, you can't keep doing the same things and expecting different results. Don't go through life, grow through life.
Sometimes the sun may seem to fade away. Don't cry, I promise there'll be better days. I know it gets dark, keep praying for some moonlight. And when things go left, it seems like they won't get right. No, dig deep in your soul and try to make a change. Plant your feet on the ground, you'll never be the same. Feed and water your mind, wisdom will show. And now your seed is sown. That's when it's time to grow.
Welcome back. That was I'll say that was library tour, the Artifacts library tour. That was Saturday. We had a great time, as you can see. Great time. Kids showed up. Artifacts. It's a great event. I want to read Anastasia comments because I think this is very, very important. She said Clayton County schools have begun allowing students to make beats We have a studio in middle school in the county. Nice. It's because of this very thing just needs to expand. 100%. 100%. Now, next subject kind of is kind of tied into a real life or social media. And I'll read this because I just Googled and say, difference between real life and social media. So I'll read this right quick. It says, let me take this down. What is the difference between social media and real life? Another thing that differentiates online and offline life is that people are more opinionated on social media. There is no fear of being judged when you are posting your views online. Society has set some standards for a happy life, and people use social media to portray that they are living an ideal life. Also, while social media is different from reality, things aren't always what they seem. This is particularly true on social media, where we are able to present ourselves in the way of our choosing. Inevitably, we begin to compare ourselves to others, which can negatively impact self-esteem and relationship satisfaction. I wanted to highlight that because I think it's so true. I think nowadays, and I ain't gonna call a name out, I always debate with someone about what they post on social media, but I always base it to a relationship in the relationship lane. Like, well, look, if you're trying to be a wife, if you want the quality man to come see you or take you serious, unfortunately, you have to watch what you post on social media. And so many times people think that, oh, social media is just my entertainment life, and that's a different life. But honestly, nowadays, social media, it in a certain sense, is just an extension of who you are. Because some people get on there and they show their true colors on social media, like the thing said. You can you can be more opinionated on social media and feel like you don't have consequences, but you really do have consequences. And I feel like now, if certain things we take to social media, we don't take serious, and the things we need to take serious with social media, we don't, and the things we don't take serious, we need to. So that's what I like to say to this person. If your husband looking on your social media and you always posting drama, or you always posting subliminal messages, or just not saying this is this person in particular, but for the ladies, you always showing chest, or for the fellas, you always posting with a wad of money with chains on the front of your car. What do you think a quality woman or quality man is going to come and perceive you as? They're gonna swipe left, or however they do it on the day, they're gonna swipe left. So which one do you think we take serious nowadays, the real life or the social media? And I'll say this: in social media, we only show the best parts.
The wins. That's right. The rest of it, you're right.
We only show the wins.
You on social media with their makeup already on.
And you got the makeup on, and you got to take 30 pictures, and you're gonna post one.
The best one.
Best one. So
it's not authentic.
Right.
I saw a video earlier, and it's talking about what you said on Instagram. A lady was talking to men, and she was just telling the men that if she was talking about relationships, and these men wanted to be married, and she was just saying that if you ask your mate this, I want you to be my wife, but are you willing to get rid of your social media? Which one should they choose, social media or you? And if she choose social media, you walk out the door.
Ooh.
She said that. She said because a wife is a lot. It's the unseen. It's the not having that attention. Okay. They see attention like that. Basically, that's not the woman for you. You know what I'm saying? Because she will always be validated by the attention that social media gives her. Social media sometimes, I think, and men have to, I would say this, MJ, I'm going to be real. Men have to show their wives or their mate more affection. I really feel like this. And even the word of God talks about in this day. It's our job as ministers to take the word and put it in today's time.
Mhm.
So when I look around, I see a lot of women. I see a lot of women want affection, attention. Well, are they getting that affection from their man at home? You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Are they getting that what social media is giving them? And if you know, a lot of men, you know, when I walk with my wife, I hold her hand. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Mhm.
I rub her back. I kiss her in public. You know what I'm saying? I give her that affection that I think men should give their significant other. So I'm hard on the women with social media, but I would say, men, are you prepared to do the things you're supposed to do in a relationship to make her feel like I am important? Everybody want to feel wanted. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But what I think what social media does, what women tend to, not women, I'm not gonna say all women, but
Right.
some women does on social media. It seems like sometimes the attention that your mate is giving you is never enough. And that's the problem.
Yeah, it could get skewed because I was gonna ask you. You're 100% right. I think let me read Miss Janae post comment first. Most people take social media more serious than real life because it allows them to be who they want to be rather than who they really are.
I agree.
Facts.
I
They
agree.
go to social media for validation. Facts.
I
And that's
agree.
what I was gonna say. I'm glad Miss Janae said that. What about the single women? Because you're right with the wives or even the husbands. You know, it's you're right. I don't think men need as much validation as women, and rightfully so, because God made us different, bro. We take validation and we look at validation in different lanes.
Mhm.
Women look at validation in different lanes than men, right? So
Mhm.
we know that we want respect. That's our validation,
Mhm.
respect. You know, women want love and affection more. Not saying that both don't want respect and love and affection, but in most cases, women want that more, men want respect more. So
That's true.
let's level it out. But I'm saying, what do you say to the single women and the single men that don't have the mate or the husband, so they don't get that affection? Let's just use women for example. They don't get that affection, so they go look, like Miss Janae said, they go look for validation on social media because maybe in their real life, they may be insecure or they may be behind the eight ball, or they're not getting the results that they think they deserve. You know, as far as socially, as far as dating, they may not be getting the dates. Now we know everybody, all women got DMs be popping. All shapes, forms, or fashions of women, the DM gonna pop. But when the DM ain't because let's be honest, the DM is only for the DM. Majority of women don't even take 99 out of 100 of them men serious. That's for entertainment. But when the cameras are off, the smoke is clear, and you don't have that validation in your real life, then why is social media the first place to go?
Well, can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, you know, we was in school. Um, you know, women tend to, you know, you had the lip gloss, and you know,
Yeah,
women dressed up this and that
yeah,
because they want to be presentable for, you know, whatever dude they want to holler at them or whatnot.
correct.
Is it possible? I'm just saying, playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Is this social media a communication problem? I want to look at it a different way. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt of being their best on social media, because for some reason the generation now, if you was born in 98 and beyond, they don't know how to communicate in person. Okay.
Okay.
We come from a generation that we were taught how to properly communicate.
Correct.
You know, we had to go through the hills and the valleys and the fires to talk to a
Correct.
girl, get turned down and go to
Correct.
another one.
Correct.
This generation not about that life.
Correct.
Okay. They just not naturally, not MJ.
Mhm.
So I'm saying that when a woman puts on her best for social media, is it that she's trying to show her best like she would if she was in high school or she was going out to the club You gotta let me finish before you shake your head.
I'm listening though, buddy.
She was going to the club, this and that, because now what social media does, it allows for women to stretch their arm out a little further than their communities than they would do if they were just in Ellenwood or Conley. You know, they couldn't reach all the men. Now in today's time, they could reach a little further with social media, just as men can. We can reach a little further outside our community. Most of the time we were coming up, hey, we taught the girls around our community. We couldn't reach as far. So now what social media does, it allows you to reach a little further. So since they know that, can we say they use that to put their best on to reach a little further? Then once they get someone, how about we as men have this type of communication with them to say, okay, look, I see that you like to post those type of pictures. Now look, because if I was at the club, now let's go on now, Jay. We go to club.
Listen.
We go back. Now prime time, you know, hey, that's our day. Okay, look now, Jay. Yeah. When we was at the club and we saw a young lady, you approached her. 9 times 10, you approached because you liked the way she looked, right?
Of course.
Okay, now 9 times out of 10, what she had on that night, you wouldn't want her to wear it on the regular if y'all was in a relationship. Hear me out now. I'm going somewhere with it. What she had on that night at prime time, crunk, whatever club we was at, Vision 112, whatever she had on that night, this is not what you wanted her to dress like on a regular, right, MJ?
I need to write this down because
listen,
that's not wait, that's not. I'm gonna let you finish, but that's not necessarily true. But I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you
but most men would say what they saw her had on, what she had on that prime time club, Crump, 112 Vision. Well, I'm naming some clubs in Atlanta back in the day.
Going through the lineup.
They would not want their lady to dress like that every day. But what we was able to do once we cuffed them, we was able to communicate and say, look, baby, you know I saw you in this, but now that you're mine, I don't want everybody else to see this. So can you please tone it down? Because, you know, we're in a different area. Now we together. So now we setting these boundaries.
Okay.
Now we got to put social media. That was our time. Now how people communicate now is in a different time. So now when you see her with all that on and she posting that, this and that, like she the same type of clothes that we like at Club Vision and 112 and this and that. Once you cuff her, even though you cuff on social media, social media, and y'all start going out. Now it's time to have the communication about the boundaries, or during the time after you cuff her, in between the time that y'all decide, between the time you cuffed her and y'all decide to be in a relationship, it's time to have that conversation. Say, look, baby, you know, I know that's that picture you post on social media, just like we would say what you had on that 112 Vision.
Yeah, come with it.
That picture you post on social media, I know it caught my attention, but see that right there is for my eyes only. Now, since I got you, I don't need other men to be able to see you that way. Can you talk to me real quick, bro?
Okay, here we go.
Talk to me.
You unpacked a lot, but you prove my point to a T. First, let me read these. These comments. Anastasia says it's more to it. It's insecurities and what a person may be lacking. Men will give all this attention to women online and lack the attention given towards their mate, and vice versa. Negative. Some of the single women are worse. That's why they are on social media almost naked. I agree with that. All of it is a form of validation and insecurities. I'm not going to go extremely deep into this, MJ, because we can go all day. You know my take on much of this. It goes both ways. MJ has his mind made up already. No, I let Alan cook. I let him cook. Exactly. It's a new form of communication. Is it the best? No, it's valid though. I'll give Alan that. Facts. Now watch this. You prove my point exactly what I was saying. See, one thing about me, I'm gonna always keep it 1,000, right?
Okay, keep it 1,000. Go give me my band.
So when we were in the club and we seen her with that on, if it was provocative, what are we thinking? Are we, because they said only 6% of people that meet each other in the club get married. Only 6%. Why do you think that is?
Because you're just looking at the physical.
Okay, stop there.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, in real life, women don't want to be subjected to only being looked at the physical, but what they're doing on social media is bringing on only, majority of the time, only physical, lustful attention. But so when I met you in the club, I was thinking physical, but once we hooked up, my mindset changed. So this is my whole point of what I'm saying. For the women out there, if you want to be looked at like majority of men look at you in the club, keep doing you, boo. But then when you turn around and say you're tired of being looked at as an object, you don't want to be objectified, then what you're doing on social media is counteracting how you want to be looked at.
That's true.
So when I saw you in the club, I was objectifying you. I could be a good guy, but when I get that hen dog and that douce in me, and you with your girls on the floor and y'all dancing, y'all having a girls' night out, we all know what happens then. When I'm on the hen dog, I'm a little bit more loose. When you with the girls' night out, we know how women do. They're more loose. They're not the same at home that majority of women. When they go to girls' night out, they want to wear their top that they don't wear when they with their husband or whatever the case is. So now both of us have a different mindset going into it. So the reason why when you say when you hook up, it changes is because now you have invested the real life into her and not the social media life. See, the person that y'all met each other in the club was the social media person. But women want to show the social media person, but be treated like the real life person. And what I'm saying is it's a lot of things that can be right. Two things can be right at one time, but that cannot be. And I think because they're oblivious to you can't for women, you can't show objectifying. You can't show all of this and show your best and show your booty and show your best side and show the skimpiest stuff, right? But then at the same time, if a man disrespects you, it's kind of like what Dave Chappelle said. He broke it down beautifully, but in a comedic way. If a woman, if I went out with a police officer suit on and somebody was getting beat and they would officer. And if I say, excuse me, sir, ma'am, I'm not a police officer. Well, you got the police officer suit on. So what I'm saying is if you don't want to be objectified, you cannot display it. And the problem is a lot of the women today, even men, you sit here and say, oh, she a gold digger. She worried about my pockets. Well, every time you take a picture, sir, every time you post on social media, sir, you showing your watches, you showing your chains, you showing your cars, you showing you got wires of money in your hand.
Wouldn't that be the same thing when we were coming up? I'm looking at it from a different. I'm trying to take our time from when we was coming up and putting it on social media, because what I would say, our generation did a better job when they left the house. They didn't look like anything. When we were coming up, women didn't leave the house with a bundy on and all that. These girls these days are okay with leaving the house with a bundy on, but
you know why?
On social media, what I'm saying is that when they get on social media, they tend to dress up more because, like I said, Jay, they reach further. Alan, I get what you said. What you're saying is true. What I'm saying is, but can we be kind of looking over some of what I'm saying?
No. I'm not saying that what you're saying don't have some fact to it, but it's only a small percentage of it. Hear what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because majority of our friends on social media are people we went to school with. If you got 5,000 friends, 85% of them are people you went to school with, and majority of the people, you can do the statistics, majority of the people you went to school with live in the same community. It's only 10 to 12% that move abroad.
A lot of them might not want to date the people in their community.
But majority of people get married to people that they went to school with.
Yeah, when we're younger, as they get older, that changes, MJ.
No, it doesn't. Look it up, bro.
Younger, so you telling me
majority of
people I know a lot of them, our classmates, the people that went to school with us, 3 or 4 years before and after, a lot of us got married in our younger 20s. Okay, hear me out now. If you look at me and Kim, you look at you can look at Jason Lardell Halana, you can look at Jonathan and JP and his wife. You look at a lot of them, they were younger when they got married. Now, what I'm saying to you, we got to do the numbers on when a person gets 35 and older.
It's the same. It's the same.
I think it changes.
No,
Alan, it changes as they get older.
No, it doesn't. Look at it. Look it up. Even when you get older and married, they go back and marry people they went to high school with. I look at my mother-in-law, my Charlene mama and Ronnie. They went to high school together.
But that's after you've been around the world a couple times.
It's the same because you go back to what you're used to. That's what I'm saying. Majority of the time,
I want to know the numbers that when from the ages of 35 and 45. Now, yeah, your situation with your mother-in-law, she came back around in her later years.
That's how most of it is, bro.
I'm talking about the age from 35 to 45. I don't see, even on Facebook, classmates that's getting married now that I'm in my late 30s, I don't see them marrying old classmates. I see them marrying people that I've never seen before.
No, they do. They'll get married, then they'll break up with the first person they got married to, and then they'll rekindle and they'll talk to somebody.
Get this song? Yeah, I'm talking about
no. Because let's be honest, most people that's married in their 30s and 40s, majority of them been married in their late 20s. So they are together. A lot of people don't get divorced in their mid 30s and early 40s. They don't. Just
but I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about people who was married before. I'm talking about single people.
Yeah.
You have single people.
Yes.
Who has not been married yet.
They date people they went to school with. Or they date people in their radius of the community.
For our listeners, we're going to come up with some numbers.
I promise.
First time me and my brother on two different sides.
Alan, listen. I done did the research. I'm telling you. It don't. You said name individuals. Hold on. Let me go. Okay, hold on. I don't know. I done got lost with Anastasia. Okay, she says, dude. So what if she makes the connection with the dude online? They hang out. Now the narrative has changed. So what? It's just like this. I'll say some of this. If I make a connection with you based off your social media, and on your social media you were showing certain things, my perception, listen, in school, I can have a perception of you. She was always nice. She was always sweet. I go to your social media and you can be the same person inside, but if you're showing something different outside, when I go on that date with you, I have a certain perception of you, a new perception of you than I did when we was in school. It is what it is. Okay.
Let's go back. I'm talking about let's go back a little bit.
Okay.
Social media. Let's look at this now. I really want you to look at my end on this. Social media for dating is an extension of Black Planet.
Of what?
Remember Black Planet? Black Planet was a dating site.
It's not, bro.
Hear me out. Think about it, MJ. Just hear me out. Just think real quick. Black Planet was a site that young Black individuals can go on to find mates.
Correct.
Now, what social media is that on steroids, because now you can be more into their life. You can see more pictures. You can see more videos. But Black Planet was the start of this because during that time, you post your profile picture, you post who you were single, and what you was looking for, right?
Correct.
You didn't get so many slots to post all these thousands of pictures of your life. So what happened was when Facebook came around, it was really for college people, but it let you kind of look into people's life more. You can post more videos and stuff like that.
But Facebook ain't the problem, bro.
But what I'm saying is we have adopted social media as a way to bring people near to us to say, okay, she's pretty or he's nice looking. I might want to date them, this and that. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, just as on Black Planet, when you put your profile picture there, you put your best profile picture.
Alan, no, it is a difference.
20 different pictures.
Alan,
LJ.
I've done the research, bro. Listen to me. What okay, what is the number one dating app right now?
The number one day now.
Yes.
I don't know. What is it?
Instagram. Listen.
Oh, okay.
Listen.
But
It's not Tinder. It's not Tinder. It's not Bumblebee. It's not none of that.
Tinder them, that was that's our generation.
Well, listen to what I'm saying. Angel, you're wrong. It's not an upgraded Black Planet. Just hear what I'm saying. Black Planet, you went on there specifically for something.
Yeah,
correct?
That's right.
Okay, listen.
That's right.
Don't tell me I froze.
Yeah, you froze. They still hear you though.
Man. Hold on. Good God, I was getting good.
There you go. You're slow, but you keep talking.
Am I back? Okay. Instagram is now the number one dating app, bro. So on Black Planet, you was going for something specifically. But now, IG, you go on there. Everyone has an Instagram. Everyone.
That's true.
So now, and Instagram is mostly for pictures. You don't have a profile to where I can have a certain perception of you before I get to your pictures. On Black Planet, I can see, oh, she likes long walks in the park. She likes to go to the movies. She reads books. She this and that and the third, right? On IG, you only use it to post pictures. And what I'm saying is,
but you got the caption, bro.
The caption ain't nothing, bro. If you're posting,
you gotta understand. I read an article the other day. Hit me out, bro. I read an article the other day how they said that how humans went from writing sentences, but when they made phones to text, it started making us text small, and so now you don't need nothing to introduce yourself because now you can post a picture in the capture because you're using text.
That's what I'm saying.
So
that's my point, bro. The caption, listen, the caption is telling 5% of what a dating app profile say. So what I'm saying, if I see a picture of you in the bikini and your caption say, I'm looking good on the beach, it's only gonna be the caption is 7 words, and I'm gonna have a specific perception of you if all of your pictures are parallel to that. What I'm saying on a dating profile, I can see that same bikini picture, but if I look at your profile and it tells more in depth about yourself, I'm gonna have a different perception. And what I'm saying is I'm gonna get more of a real life perception of you if I look at a whole profile instead of just a picture. And what I'm saying now, because of Instagram, when it's only pictures, you're showing your best side. You're there for attention. You hiding your insecurities. That is a setup for destruction if you're trying to date someone in real life. If you're trying to date their perception, then Instagram is a place to go because that's not where people show their real self. It's not, bro.
I agree with you on that. What I'm saying to you, just as you can hide your insecurities on Instagram, we've dated ladies and they hid their insecurities in real life.
But Alan, listen what I'm saying. You know the difference?
What's the difference?
The difference in real life, I have invested in you. You have invested in me. So now we can work through them. So if you gave me a perception of the real life and then I found out the insecurities, that's different.
Okay.
But if I'm coming in and I'm judging you off your perception only,
okay, then
it's gonna be hard for me to get to the real life because you're only putting out the perception.
So how about we instead of how about we approach it differently then?
We're gonna approach you as you display it.
I'm saying, how about approach it as, okay, I like the picture, but now instead of me having so much faith in this person and let me think that this person is what they look like, let me communicate with them and see if they have insecurities.
But Alan, you can't even get to that point now because let's keep it 1,000. It's like inflation. Okay. So if I'm a female, if I'm a male, and I post a picture and I got 400 likes, right, on this picture. Let's say I post a picture in the bikini or with my shirt off. I get 400 likes, but then I post a picture of a book. I post a picture of a book and I get 2 likes, right? if I'm on there for the perception, what am I going to keep on? If I'm on there for the likes and the clicks, what am I going to keep on posting? Am I going to keep posting the book, or am I going to keep posting the bikini picture? I'm going to keep posting the bikini picture.
You're gonna keep posting the bikini. What I'm saying is this, MJ. At the end of the day, all I'm trying to say is that I'm trying to take our world and put it in social media, because these young people, and we are the bridge generation. Some of us identify with what's going on in the technology world, and some of us still identify with the old school. And a lot of times we the bridge generation. What I'm saying is this: is what was going on. And like, if we would at Quick Trip, we want to stand by our car that's clean. You know what I'm saying? When the girl come out, woo.
Correct. But watch this.
And now, so what's in between us at QT standing by our clean car and old boy on Instagram posting by his clean car? What I'm saying, what's the difference? Help me
say the difference. Let me say the difference.
Help me understand.
The difference is, on IG, I'm posting a plethora of those. See, hear what I'm saying?
Okay.
When you was hollering at a girl by your car, she saw, that's like you having 400 pictures on Instagram, but only one picture is you by your car, and the rest of them are some of substance. She's not gonna think of you or just a dude that's always posting by his car. Why? Because she gonna see the car, that's gonna draw her in. But once she talk to you, she's gonna be attracted to more of what you're saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying, what Instagram is doing, that's why I disagree with Amanda when she say if the man is attracted to the perception, whose fault is that? We're attracted to what you present. Listen, like I always say, in every man, there's 5 or 6 different guys. Okay. If you present me with sweet potato pie, and I like sweet potato pie, that's what I'm always gonna. That's what I'm gonna look at you as. That's
you're telling me a man shouldn't. This why I disagree with you on. Yeah, we with our eyes we see. You're right, and we see something we like. But as a man, isn't it our job to go to that lady, even though we saw this picture that's probably a little provocative, and you said, "Ooh, you like Adam? Ooh, woman, woman, like wow, she look good." And it's our job to vet her, and when we vet her, we realize that this is not the woman for us.
Alan, listen. What I'm saying, because of inflation, a lot of men ain't even getting to the point where the woman to get in a conversation because the likes got her. The 400 likes got her value inflated to where she think this man hollering at me at Starbucks is lame because I got these 400 likes and my social media is popping. That's why she wear the bonnet to the grocery store, but pop on her social media. And Amanda just proved my point. She said, take a book, for instance, when I'm in the bookstore choosing what to buy, I'm going to look at the cover and the synopsis of the back. I won't value it until I dig deeper in the chapters. The problem is the Instagram got women only posting the book cover. They not even letting the nigga read the book.
Gotcha. I couldn't understand that.
If you're only showing me book covers and you're not letting me read the book, what do you think I'm gonna think of you as?
So what you're saying, that most of the men are only seeing the book cover,
and that's all the women want them to see.
They're not allowed, guess what? And to go deeper because they keep going. They keep going from the man who in they DM. Oh, he liked me, and he liked me, and so the likes has gotten their mind so.
Alan, the likes have gotten their mind so warped. The book cover got them so many likes that they don't even want you to read the book. Why? Because if you read the book, you're going to show their insecurities. Think about it. A lot of men that deal with women, when they say they didn't know, it's just like men. See, that's why I don't know why women, it's just like why women are fighting is because that was our reputation for a long time. He played me. He tricked me. He did. Why? Because women be so focused on the book cover. But then when they open that book and see the guy for who he truly is, then they see his value is not really. Thank you. That's what I'm saying is that is IG now. That's Instagram now. Because what's happening is women say, I'm gonna just keep posting this book cover for these 400 likes. And I'm not gonna let this guy read the income, because once you take the makeup off, once you take the insecurities off, once you take the wig off, and then when a man values you and he say, look, I done got past that. I want to see the bonnet. I want to see the face with no makeup. I want to see you when you first waking up. Women, they don't want to show that because they know for me to get a quality man and for him to open this book, it's going to open a lot of stuff that I'm not willing to uncover. So they should let you open the book first. Then they should show you the book pages first, then show you the cover. That's the thing. And Amanda, you're right. He played me because he told lies. What are they doing on IG? It's lies. It's lies, bro. It's not the real them.
Do you think? Tell me this. Do you think? Because I heard it was a video about a year and a half ago. I saw one dude and he said facts. He said the good women are standing too close to the ratchet women that we don't know the difference.
Thank you.
My question to you is it that many women out there that's doing that, or is the women who really have good intentions, are they doing something the same thing the ratchet women doing that they need to kind of separate themselves?
No, the good women are silent, and what I'm saying, that sister code so strong. Hear what I'm saying? I'll keep it 1,000. Just like Amanda said, men do the same thing on IG. She's 100% right. She's 100%. Now I would ask her if she looked at, I'll look at the different of the rappers. I look at Kodak Black and I look at J. Cole. Who do you think quality women would take most serious? J. Cole or Kodak Black?
J. Cole.
They're gonna take J. Cole. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. Because his perception and his real life lines up better than Kodak Black. So hear what I'm saying. It's the same thing with men. Who do you think I'm gonna take? I don't care. Do you think I would marry an IG model? I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because it says a lot. And yes, Anastasia, everyone has got played in person. And women do want a quality man. But if you want a quality man, you have to do quality things. And if you're telling me a woman with 300 pictures and 250 of them are bikini pictures or drama or drama insinuations, then what do you think your perception is? That's anything. It's like going on IG, seeing a restaurant. Dang, that restaurant always full. And then you go in there and you see, and the food is horrible. Mm-hmm. Now, what you gonna? Oh, because everybody go there and post a picture, your perception is, oh, it must be popping. But then if they let you in the restaurant and the food disgusting, now you gonna see the real value. But the problem is, women and men that is all about their perception on IG is only showing the book covers, dog. And that's what it is.
Well, you know, that's a good medium understanding. I agree with what you just said at the end, but I still think that social media is a good tool. But you're right. I'm not going to look over the fact that women do use it as attention, and they never allow the man to go into the introduction or of the book and really read the book, because it's all about what the book cover has. I agree with that, man. A lot of
they want you to see that.
I do want us to recognize that. I think it's some women on social media that use it in the right way, because I've heard a lot of people who got married because they met over social media, and I think what happens is once that initial attraction happens, then between that point and start a relationship, then you start talking about the boundaries and what you expect through social media or not. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have a 5 picture out there, you say, woo, then you holler at it, then boom, y'all connect. Then you say, well, you know, those type of pictures I would not like for you to post all the time, because I feel like those are for my eyes only.
Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you look at the people that has gotten married off social media, I would submit to you, go look at their profile. Mm-hmm. Go really look at their profile and see who they married and when they got married. And I would guarantee you their profile is not. And see, that's what I understand why y'all liking pics and stay out their inboxes and see. I don't understand why certain women can't differentiate entertainment with sincerity.
Man, she said, I met my husband on social media without,
Exactly. That's my point.
what and let's be honest, I know a lot of men, let's be honest, man. Young men see with their eyes. They're not blind. They see with their eyes. So a man can like a picture, but then say that's not a wife. That's real. That's real talk.
But Al, I would submit this, bro. No mean to cut you off. A lot of the women that say why y'all liking these pictures, let's keep it 1,000. The pictures that most men are liking are the ones we're not married. Now watch this. I'm not even talking about the IG models and the pictures that we be liking with the IG models and the ex porn stars and all that. I'm not even talking about those. This is what I'm talking about. Because see, women like to go to the extreme. I'm talking about the females that females know, the friends they have, where they always posting girl trips, where they're always posting when they in a cabin trip with their girls and they twerking. I ain't talking about the IG models, the upper echelon, the models you see on the calendars, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about everyday women. See, these are the women that the wives are not calling out. I'm talking about the everyday women, the women you went to school with, that are still single. They are still single in their 30s and their 40s. They twerking, they showing bikini pics, they showing cleavage shots. They don't take a picture without makeup. They get on live and they twirl their hair 100 times in the live video. Alan, see, and what I'm saying, this is who I'm talking about. And what I'm saying, the reason that they aren't having the results, Anastasia, you can't say that because, okay, well then let's say women stop liking Dwayne Wade pictures when he get up there and post his shirt off with basketball. And it's wives in there liking that picture, right? Am I right or wrong? It be wives in there liking Boris Cujo picture. It be wives in there liking Morris Chestnut picture. And we understand, my wife like him. That's her crush. Alan, if I went down the timeline and I seen my wife liking a picture, she likes Omarion. If I seen her like a picture with him dancing with his tank top on and he's singing and she liked it, I have no problem with it. Why? Because I understand that's one of her crushes. She know, and I understand men, it is a difference between entertainment and something that we understand that, right? But for some reason, women feel like when we go on there, that we gotta stop liking.
For some reason.
I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Women can be watching the football game and they see Travis Kelce or they see Deshaun Watson and they see the guys with the pads, with the muscles, and guess what? Men, we understand. She just doing that for entertainment. Ain't no biggie, ain't threatening. Hey, I'll take her to the game to go see him, to meet him. Mm-hmm. But for some reason,
right,
bro,
my dad knew my mama liked Dominique Wilkinson. He used to take her to the Hawks game.
Dominique Wilkins, Otis Nixon.
He went and introduced her to Otis Nixon. That
Thank
was
you.
Crush.
Thank you.
He went and introduced. He said he went to Otis. My wife just love you.
Thank you.
I want her to meet you. You know what I'm saying? That would be right. Mama liking her picture that day. You know,
right, bro.
You know, Dominique Wilkinson. He know she loves Dominique Wilkinson, so he'll take her to the game. You know,
this what I'm saying. This what I'm saying, bro. And so when you saying stop liking, that's disingenuous because we all grown and we all know what's entertainment. The problem is instead of women just saying, you know what, I'm insecure. Or I ain't ready for that, or I do this thing because I don't like that. Just tell your husband you insecure and you don't like that. Don't try to tell him he shouldn't be doing it, but then you turn around and when you get with your girlfriends, ooh, girl, you seen Dwayne Wade. I looked at his Instagram. Look, let me show you, and you done liked it, and then like, come on, man, like stop it, bro. Like let's keep it 1,000 now. So what I'm saying in a nutshell, and I'll be done. What I'm saying is, if they show more of a pictorial image of their real life and how they want to be portrayed, instead of displaying things to hide their insecurities, then the social media world will be more successful. The problem is, instead of people admitting I'm insecure, so I want to get on here and twirl my hair for an hour so I can get 300 likes and it validate my insecurities, instead of them saying stuff like that, bro, then they'll point the blame and point the finger. And see, I know this is unorthodox for me to say this, and I'm reading minds, and most, see, okay. And most people not going to admit this because it's deep rooted in them. It's deep rooted. Why do women post? Why do certain women only post pictures when they have makeup on? Like, why can't you? Why do, when you see certain don't look, excuse me, don't look at me. It's not that they insecure, they want to show their best side. But sometimes when you're showing your best side, if it's a face picture with makeup on, you can get a husband. If you at the football game and you chilling on your lawn chair with makeup on, your new hairdo, you can get a husband.
And men don't even really care about that.
We don't care about that. But then when you get the twerking videos and then the wives are not calling the twerkers out, this is what you have. So I went on a tantrum, but I did the research, man. I did the studies. I did it, man. And if people just be more real with themselves and say, hey, man, you know, I post this, and we know who they are. We ain't got to call them out. Everybody can go down their timeline and see, yes, she's single, and go through their timeline and see, yep, she posts a picture every day with the same side, the same angle, because she want a certain type of attention. She don't want husband attention. She want DM thirst attention. But then she'll get on social media and screenshot the DMs and post them. Look, y'all, I don't know why they won't stay out my DMs. Then when you go look at her picture, she got thirst traps. Like, what do you mean, bro?
LJ, we are out of time.
I'm done, bro. I'm done, man. I'm done.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Lineage Podcast. Please tune in next Wednesday. We always have the best conversations. Y'all be safe, man. Have a great rest of your week. Love on your kids, on your mothers, fathers, sisters, and brothers. Keep grinding. And I speak that you have a blessed rest of your week. Love y'all.
Peace out, y'all.